What are we going to do when our plans don't go as planned? Is that going to be the time where we're going to give up, where we're going to stop pursuing that thing? The more that we are serving other people, the more that we are able to get ourselves out of ourselves while pursuing our purpose, all these plans that fall apart that we think are the way things are going to go. If we think they're going to go this way, and we're serving, we're following our purpose, we're doing good habits, and we're helping other people. If these fall apart, what I've found is that that means that there's something greater in store. It's true. Whatever you're pursuing in your life, there's greater ways to get there than we can even imagine or we can start to plan in our heads. This is what I want to do full time with my life. And there's these plans that I've had. And at first I was doing coaching and courses and that kind of stuff. And I invested a whole lot of money into being able to do that correctly. I created a really great course. It cost me a lot of money to create that. And while I was doing all these calls with people and people wanted to work with me, and I'm following this business model where I have to sell this coaching, I have to sell these courses and everything. Every single person that I talked to and heard the purpose of the course, heard the purpose of the coaching with me, every single person that I talked to wanted to work with me. And as I'm doing this, I'm like, yeah, I know that I created something that everybody wants to do. I know that I have something amazing here that's going to help a lot of people. And so many people, in our community aren't able to afford that extra coaching or that extra course and that kind of stuff that, will take them to that next level. And right when I was putting out my resume and all that kinds of stuff, we get approved as a 501c3. And then I'm still working and I'm still working and I'm doing these habits that I know I need to do. I'm talking to people, I'm continuing to do calls, I'm continuing to do coaching at like really, really low cost for what it actually is supposed to cost. And during this time, people are becoming successful in the course. People are publishing books, people are doing keynote speeches, people are doing podcasts, and all this stuff is going on. And I'm dwindling more and more and more with my finances, at a place where, I can't really support myself, even though I'm doing this 10 to 14 hours a day, 6 days a week. And then Sundays, I'm, doing other content related stuff. I went through an entire process. I went through 4 stages. I had to do a personality test. I had to do all these different things to really find out who I am, because it's for a really high level director of sales position in this big company. And then I get on with the owner of the company and I'm talking to him and everything. And, he lets me know that I made it, past 1,000 other applicants. And we're talking, and he was, asking me who I am and what my dreams really are and that kind of stuff. And in an interview, I'm able to, tell him, what he wants to hear. I'm able to tell him, yeah, I just want to do this. I want to become, the best in your company and that kind of stuff. And I'm able to land the job. But I couldn't, in my right conscience, tell this man that was going to give me a really good job that this is where my heart is, because it wasn't where my heart was. Where my heart was this community. Where my heart was doing whatever it takes to make Recovered on Purpose work, whatever it takes to serve this community, because the visions we have for Recovered on Purpose are going to change the world for addiction and recovery. And that's 100% my belief. And as I'm talking to him about this, I'm being totally honest. He was like, if you weren't doing that, I would love you to be here. I would want you really, really bad, because you don't know how refreshing it is to talk to somebody that is really coming from their heart with what they want to do. But in my experience, someone that has their heart somewhere else, they can't go all in with this. And I said, you're right. And that's honestly why I wanted to tell you where my heart really is, because I didn't want to steal from you. I didn't want to come in and tell you something and get this job while my heart is really over here planning to do whatever I have to do to make this work. When I made the decision, before and during the call, that, even if I get offered this job, I have to tell him no. I have to tell him no, because my heart is in Recovered on Purpose. And after that happened, all these different doors started opening up, because then I was no longer allowing that plan B. I was no longer allowing that I'm going to get a job if this doesn't work out, right? And when I made that decision in my mind, all of those other options were gone. It's so deeply embedded in me that I want to do this so bad that I couldn't take a job. And then all these doors started opening up.